What is up, everybody? Welcome back to this week's edition of the Sportsgasm Podcast. I am your host, Kylie, and with me, as always, we got Calvin.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
And in case you haven't seen any of our social media posts this week, we do have a special guest with us. We have Falcons rookie defensive lineman, Derrick Tangelo. Welcome to the show, man.
He says he can't hear us.
Can't hear us? You good? Can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
us?
us now? Technical difficulties.
He'll be back. Um. Oh crap! All right. Well, he'll be back. Before we do that, quick shout out to our sponsors under the Old City Sports Network. They are behind us, behind me, right there. And we do have a couple promo codes for you. So use promo code OCS at bodycheckwellness.com. That is check with a K only. Use code OCS for 25% off your hemp derived CBD oils and edibles for you and your furry friends at home. And then use promo code OCS at norsebeards.com for 25% off of your Beardsman products. So, no Isaac this week, unfortunately. He is at a bachelor's party kind of thing. And hopefully it's not like the hangover situation and we got to go rescue him. So, who knows? Hopefully he'll be back next week. If not, we'll find out. Um,
Hopefully,
so
his lightning come through for him tonight as well.
we'll see. We're going to get into that later on. But as we said before, we have Falcons rookie defensive lineman Derrick Tangelo. Welcome to the show, man.
How y'all doing, man? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. So as always,
Hey, before we get into anything, man, we just wanna let the world know what the Falcons are getting over here.
tell them.
So in college, 48 games played, guy had 142 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, and 2 pass deflections. Hey, that's a lot. That's a lot of activity right there in 48 games, big fella.
Man, I was just blessed, to be a part of a lot of great defenses, a lot of great coaches, and that led to a lot of success. So it's just a blessing.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
So we're getting into college right off the bat. You started at Duke. What made you choose Duke?
Duke was a very important school for me. My parents, they came from the Congo in 1995. So, school was a very important aspect of my life for them. So Duke from the jump, stood out to me. And also I had a cousin that also played D tackle. He attended the Avalon school. We were really close growing up and we really wanted to play college football together. So we were really looking at which school we both had an offer from. And then it ended up being Duke. So it really ended up being the best situation for me, my family, and what I wanted to do.
And then you transferred to Penn State. What was the transfer portal like?
I actually had a very unique experience in the transfer portal. I thought it was going to be very nerve wracking. I really didn't know what it was going to be like just because some people had left from my school. And, they kind of didn't really, from their experience, because I talked to them, they didn't really get like the schools that they wanted or anything. So, you really just got to bet on yourself. So once I entered the transfer portal, it was a little quiet for like the first day, but then like the next day, I really started getting in contact with schools such as like Penn State, like Michigan, Texas A&M, UCLA, like West Virginia, and stuff like that. So it really felt like high school all over again. So it was kind of like a wow factor and everything.
So if it wasn't Penn State, who else had a chance to get you?
I'm gonna be honest. I was probably gonna go to Michigan. To be honest, it was between Penn State and Michigan. To be honest.
Okay.
What made you choose Penn State?
Uh, it was a lot of things. I admire Penn State growing up. I would say it was my dream school, like when I was in high school, just because two of my teammates from high school, Cam Brown and Jonathan Holland, I watched them go to Penn State. They did great things at Penn State. I looked up to Coach Franklin. Like every time he came to my high school, he always like showed me love. You know what I'm saying? Like always asked about my family and stuff like that. So, just having that respect for the program. Once they reached out to me, I felt like it was close to home. All of my friends could come and see me. My parents can come and see me anytime they want. So it was really just the best situation for me, I feel like.
As a Philly fan, I gotta say you picked the right choice. Love Penn State. So, as you're trying to get to the NFL, you did all these great things for both Duke and Penn State. And for some reason, teams are stupid, and so they don't all the picks go. What made you go to Atlanta?
I feel like after sitting down with like my team, like my parents, my agent, and like my close friends and family, I just felt like Atlanta was like the best situation for me. I feel like we got a good thing going on in Atlanta. They got a lot of good veterans over there that I really can learn from. And they got Grady Jarrett, who's one of the best in the game, so just getting the chance to learn from him, and, just to compete for DMPs, he's a legendary D-line defensive coordinator. It was just like really the best situation for me.
So that's awesome. What other? So were all 32 teams kind of like? Sounding a little crazy. Did all 32 teams reach out? Can you hear? I don't think. I can't hear. Can you hear, Calvin?
Nah, I can't hear. Nah.
I can't hear.
Your mic must be muted or something.
Something like that. Oh, wait. Okay.
Nah. They don't want us to be great.
They don't. They're hating. I was watching the Flyers Alley of Jesse's podcast. I was there in that, and they had the same problem too for some reason.
They don't want us to be great.
They don't want us to be great. We got questions here.
We gotten some great information out of this guy so far. You
So
guys
far.
see the type of guy this guy is, man. He's a very great family man and loves what he does. Hey,
Absolutely.
well,
Okay, guys.
her question though was: Did all 32 teams? Did all 32 teams reach out to you?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
All right, but I can't hear y'all. No, I'm being so serious. Like I don't know what's going on. Like we was just talking.
Oh my god.
But I think I understood your question. I don't know if y'all can. I can't hear y'all, but I understood what you was asking me. So basically, what it came down to was it wasn't all 32 teams like hitting me up like after the draft. It was really basically 4 teams that was really calling me throughout the draft. Saying that they're gonna try to pick me, but if anything doesn't work out, we want you to come and be a part of the team. It was the Colts, it was the Vikings, it was the Falcons, and it was the Bengals. So boom. I had those 4 teams. They were calling me. I really focused more on the Vikings and Atlanta because I feel like those systems more fit what I was trying to do. So like I was saying, like I just talked about it with my team. I just felt like Atlanta was the best fit for me, and I love my decision.
Gotta say that number 99 looks great. Can you hear us?
Yeah, so the vet that's taking me under the wing the most probably, I would say, really everybody. You know what I'm saying? The crazy thing about Atlanta, which I really wasn't expecting, is, the vets really want to help us. A lot of rookies we were really nervous about, the rookie hazing and stuff like that, but it's really not like that in Atlanta. Like, I have a vet named Anthony Rush. I always go to his house. We play video games, we watch film. We always just talk about football, talk about life. He always just gives me advice. He tells me about his stories. Same thing with my other vet named Nick Thurman. He came into the league when the Texans, he played for the Texans his first year. So he was in the room with J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney. They had Tyrann Mathieu at the time still. So they were a really prominent defense, a really prominent team. So, just hearing the stories from a lot of different people. Grady Jarrett, of course, he's always, talking to everybody, talking to me, just giving us advice when we look too tense. He's really just telling us, you just got to have fun with it. Like, you just got to get back to having fun. Like, because they know, as a rookie, you're really just trying to, impress everybody. You're not trying to mess up. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it's just like, once you get to realize, like, it's just like, you got to have fun. Like, you're paid to do this. You know what I mean? So it's just like really all of the vets.
Okay. I like that.
Love a veteran presence.
Look at this next question though. This is the one I need to know. Who is it?
Who's the best offensive guy you've seen for that?
I've seen a lot of good guys so far. I would say, Drake London, so far. Everybody's seen the hype about him. Obviously he was great in college, but just to see him starting to take that next step, starting to feel more comfortable. We the rookies, we really close. We spend a lot of time together, so just seeing him start to get more comfortable and understanding what he has to do and the expectations, it's really great to see him starting to step into that role.
Okay. I like that.
There's a lot of guys that I would see just from watching games myself, just saying, "Holy shit!" I can't imagine like literally being with them and saying, "Holy shit!" There's so much that goes into playing, and it's unbelievable. Damn, I can't even. He still can't hear.
You can't hear us still? You can't hear us still?
That's a no. No.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Why can't I hear y'all?
Yeah,
I don't know. Let me check. I don't know. There gotta be something like.
There gotta be something.
Can you hear me now?
I
feel like I'm in that commercial. Can you hear me now? Good.
I know, right?
This is hilarious.
I know, right? StreamYard hating, man. So ask when you're typing it so that way. Oh, there's no mic in here.
I'm going to say, who is the coach that you go to when you want some help? Learning.
All right, so actually, it's a crazy thing. So his name is.
Oh, now we lost him.
We can't hear you. Oh man. Oh, this is crazy.
Hey man, we're having a great convo so far.
We're having a great conversation for what we can hear, That's crazy. It's just there's so much that goes into football, and just hearing from players themselves, like explaining everything and what they go through, each story is just so unique.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome. All right, he's coming back. So all right, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Guys,
Can you hear us?
You can hear us?
you can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Say something real quick.
We're saying
Yo.
something. You can't hear us?
I don't know what's going on.
Hey, this is hilarious. It's cool though. You know, we can hear y'all. We
I
can
don't
hear
know what's
you.
going on.
We can hear
We
you.
can hear you.
You can hear me? All right, bet.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
So, go back to your question.
That's a no.
To go back to your question,
Okay.
that really helped me. His name is Lanier Gothi. He was with me at Duke. He was like the inside linebackers coach. So like he was everyone's favorite coach. You know, he was really a funny coach. He really helped everybody. You know, when they were going through their struggles and stuff like that. So you know, we really had a bond when he was at Duke. He ended up leaving Duke, I believe, going into my junior year and going straight to the Atlanta. So when I got to Atlanta, that was the first person I thought of. So, you know, I hit him up and I was like, yeah, man, I'm excited to work with you. He's actually my assistant D-line coach. So, you know, I see him every day. Like he's in my room. You know, we talk every day. So, you know, it's been a blessing to have him, you know, supporting me, helping me with my journey as well.
That is a beautiful thing to have a person from all the way from Duke all the way to the NFL. Like, that's lovely. This next question I got is who's the best Madden player on the Falcons?
Best Madden player? Who's the best Madden player? Can we see?
On the Falcons. On the Falcons.
Who's the best Madden player on the Falcons? I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say me, just because I'm gonna say me. I ain't gonna lie. I got to, just because until somebody show me they better than me, I'm the best. You know what I mean? They just got to show me. That's all.
I respect it. I respect it.
You know, if any of the players y'all see this interview, it's an open challenge.
Hey, go ahead and
updated
show them this
rosters.
video. Go ahead and
You know
show
what I
them.
mean? I really might get the Falcons. I'm gonna beat you with you.
Okay.
I love it. Next question though. So, craziest story so far.
Really the craziest story I have right now is it's really just been the weather, you know, just coming from up north, you know, just the weather in Atlanta, man, it can be very hot. One day we had like an open practice most recently for mandatory mini camp and ended up getting rained out. So it started lightning like right before we were supposed to practice. So it's raining. At the time when it started raining, you know, in Georgia it's like 99, but like it's very humid, so it feels like it's 104. So it's raining. We like, oh yeah, we about to cancel practice. All the rookies, we in the locker room, like, oh yeah, they about to cancel practice. Like, oh yeah, we going home. We going home. Oh yeah.
Nope.
Like as it keeps lightning, we like, oh yeah, we about to go home. It stops lightning. They like, oh yeah, we going right back. We ain't even. It was like literally 5 minutes after. So we go out on the field. We practice. At this point, it just rained and we bike by a lake. So it's like at this point, it's like 99, but it feels like 111. Wow. We out there hurt because, you know, the rookies, we not even locked in. So we like, dang, bro, like we can't believe this. We can't believe this. Like every time we walk by each other, all the rookies, we like, man, we can't believe this. But now we got through it though, you know. At the end of the day, it's football, but it was just funny how like the weather really jumped on our backs.
Yeah, man. Especially out there in full pads, you got to salute to them NFL players, man. They do a lot. This next question I got though is how's the practice in general? What time does the first practice start?
Oh, the practice is really like it's really chill compared to like what I went through in college. You know, in college it was like, you know, very long, you know, very more detail oriented. Like you really had to prepare for your opponent. You know, practice is probably like 2 hours and 30 minutes, but you know, practice in the NFL as of right now it was like 15 minutes. You know, we really just doing like individual drills. Like we don't really have like shoulder pads and stuff on because it's like the summer and stuff. So we just got on helmets and shorts. We just do individual. I mean, the big guys we lift before practice, so the skill positions they're out already doing like special teams and stuff when we come out. But we just warm up, do indie, and then we go through like a jog through period like against the offense, and it's basically like team, but our coach likes to like slow it down and like relieve or like save the stress on our joints and stuff like that. So we really just go from like through like a jog through tempo. We just like work technique and we just everybody to make it.
They don't want us to be great.
They don't. There is just man. Wi-Fi. Why is Wi-Fi such a pain in the ass right now?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear? That's a no. You can't hear. Right. Well, we'll see if we can get the next question in. What is mini camp like, especially in the South? It's got to be hot. Oh, we can't. He can't even hear him now. Damn, dude. We can't. Oh God. 1 second. It's hot.
They don't love us.
They don't. Damn, dude. Let's see. He's probably gonna try to get. Okay. Yeah, he'll come back. And we'll use a second to talk about our amazing sponsors again, as always, on the Old City Sports Network. So use promo code OCS at Body Check Wellness. That is check CHEK for 25% off your hemp-derived CBD oils and edibles for you as well as your furry friends at home. And then head over to norsebeards.com and use promo code OCS as well at checkout for 25% off your Beardsman products. We are talking to Derrick Tangelo sometimes. We got some Wi-Fi problems going on, as always. Technology is a hell of a thing, but it's always comes with some problems. We got some great answers from him so far. It's been awesome. He's probably gonna be hopping on again in a second. What you thinking so far, Calvin?
Yeah, great answers. Like I said, the guy likes to, he sounds like he loves what he does, and it's he's not a guy that takes football and looks at it about the money.
Yeah,
I know that for a fact because I know he has money now, and I see where he's at, and that's right back at home. So it's like it's money didn't change him at all. So
no. You love to see people from our hometown succeed.
Definitely.
And he plays in Washington this year, so
November 27th he plays against Washington, and he plays against Baltimore, I think maybe Christmas Day, I think.
Hey, so maybe we get 2 games in?
Sounds like a plan.
We all gotta go. That'd be dope. We gotta get some 99 jerseys.
Yeah. What is Cincinnati's college team? Why am I having a blank right now? Bearcats.
The Bengals. College. I was gonna say the Bengals. All right, he is now unmuted. Can you hear us?
Man, I can finally hear y'all, baby.
Okay, we can hear you too.
All right, man. We in the game now, y'all. I'm sorry.
Bet.
Oh, yeah, we locked in.
All right, we good. We good. Again, thank you for coming on and dealing with all the Wi-Fi crap.
Look, y'all, we gonna get me back on here, man. I'm gonna do like a Kendrick Perkins, a little first take. Come on, do a little segment. You know what I mean?
Hey, you're always welcome.
We gotta do a little something.
You are always welcome to come on.
You already know.
So we were talking about minicamp before Wi-Fi quit out again. What's it like, especially in the South?
Minicamp, it was kind of different, you know what I mean? Like you can kind of just feel like the intensity kind of like heighten a little bit. You know, we're not we're rookies. You know what I mean? We're working with the vets now for the first time. You know, all of them have to be back now. It's like the OTAs and all that stuff that I was doing, it was like voluntary for the vets. But you know, thankfully, all of our vets, you know, really wanted to get better, so you know they came and they worked out with us. But yeah, once the whole team has to be there, you know, you can kind of feel like it's kind of like locked and loaded, like it's kind of like season mode for like those couple of days. You know, they want to see where everybody's at, they want to see how everybody meshes, and they really just want to make sure everybody's okay, doing well, like mentally and ready for what we're about to do. So it was you can really just feel like the energy shift.
That's awesome. Cause yeah, I've heard things like that where it's like, um, where it's a whole different game with mini camp, and it's just it's a whole different setting than voluntary OTAs and off season stuff. So it's just interesting because especially like in the South when you're just outside in that heat all day, it's
Oh,
got to be brutal.
I'm not gonna lie, like coming from Penn State, like
Exactly.
in the mountains, you know, breeze every day, you know, it was different. It was definitely different.
Yeah,
that's got to be a crazy change from PA to Atlanta. Like,
I definitely learned about humidity quick.
But you're from the DMV. We got a little humidity around here.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It's different.
Like, it's different.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, before we get into the next question, whatever it may be, I need Desmond Ridder, if you ever see this, week 9 last year against Tulsa, you didn't cover for me, lost me $1,300. I have a daughter now. I might need that.
Yeah, Desmond.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
What's the best place to eat out, Atlanta?
The best place I've tried so far is probably like the Capitol Grill. It's like just a steakhouse in like Buckhead. They took us out to eat like when we met like the whole like Falcons like organization. Also, but if you like some like low key, I kind of like wings. You know what I mean? Like I'm a wing connoisseur, so they got this place called American Deli. So they got wings, they got cheesesteaks, everything is torched. So it's like you're really in heaven. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so cheesesteaks though. You were in Pennsylvania, so you should know what a cheesesteak is. Is it close?
I'm not gonna lie. We gotta talk if you're from Philly. I went to D'Alessandro's and I was not impressed.
No?
No, I was not impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I was not impressed. Like me and all of my teammates, we went for a local day for the Eagles. And we all went to D'Alessandro's because one of my roommates was from Philly, and he was like, "Y'all go to D'Alessandro's, Philly, yeah, it is, Philly, yeah, that. We got the cheesesteak, yeah, okay, nah." But it was cool. It was cool though. But I definitely think Atlanta cheesesteak is better. But maybe I didn't try the right thing. Like my friend was saying that I gotta go to like the Poppy store instead of.
Yeah, just stay away from Pat's and Gino's especially. So when you get a cheesesteak, do you get just the cheesesteak or do you get like a cheesesteak hoagie? Because there's a difference.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. I never even knew what's the difference for.
Yeah, of course there's a difference.
Like, what's the hoagie? Like, what's a hoagie?
So a hoagie is lettuce, tomato, and you can get fried onions, sweet peppers. I'm pretty sure there's oregano. I don't remember the.
Oh no! I just get a cheesesteak. I don't really do all that.
So you gotta do all that for the cheesesteak experience. You gotta get a
do all the
cheesesteak.
onion because look, I can't do all the onion. You never know who you got to talk to. You got the onion, bro.
Hey, seriously though, that's hilarious.
So we were talking about the film a minute ago. What goes into watching film, especially like with veterans? What do they point out, and like do they call you out on mistakes or?
Nah, it's not really like, how do I even say it? Like, it's not really like calling us out. It's more like just holding us accountable for like you know what I mean? Like the NFL is really all about accountability. So it's just like you just got to be where you're supposed to be like everybody has to do their job. Like they really just get mad when you try to do more than your job. You know what I mean? Like everybody in the defense has to count on everybody being there in the position they need to be. So like if you're not, like you really compromise the whole defense. So when we're watching film, it's just like, hey, like you know what I mean? Like what were you thinking right here? Like they really want to know like what you're thinking, because the NFL is really just like all about who has the most knowledge. You know what I mean? Like the best people in the NFL, like they know how to adapt. You know what I mean? So just basically getting different knowledge off of each other. Like what were you thinking here? What were you thinking here? Like just learning from the vets. Well, they typically do this in the NFL. Boom, boom, boom. That's how we really just like coach each other for like we have a lot of veterans. So like my meetings is more so like player led. You know what I mean? Like our coach, he talks for sure, but like it's more so like the vets just telling us like techniques and stuff like that. And we also do like my coach makes like the vets like pick us, and then we like have to go on the board, and then like we'll watch a play, and then we'll have to like figure out what the play is based on like what the D line did. You know what I mean? So it's just like different stuff like that, and you don't want to let your vet down. So it's like
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like when they pick you, it's just like they be like, "Come on, bro, let's go," and we gotta lock in. So it'd all be fun.
That's
That's
awesome.
all right. Having a guy like Grady, what's his name?
Grady Jarrett.
Grady Jarrett. Having a guy like Grady Jarrett, an all-pro guy like that, how does that help you get better as a player and a person on the football field?
I feel like it helps me tremendously, just because, you know, I kind of like look up to him. You know what I mean? Like in a sense where like if you are a D lineman, like you know who he is and you respect like what he brings to the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I was a Patriots fan like growing up. So like in the Super Bowl, he sacked Tom Brady, I believe, like 3 times. So you know what I mean? Like he was like I believe he was a rookie. He was a rookie that year.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, from that point, like I felt like he just took everybody by notice, and you know, he's really just a humble guy. You know, he just wants to help everybody, and you know, he just wants to inspire everybody just to believe. You know, he's like an undersized guy like me. You know, he was like a late round pick. You know what I mean? So I believe he was 5th round. You know what I mean? So you know, he was like a later round pick. So it's really just like knowing like how that he has the same chip that I have on my shoulder.
Mhm.
It's like
Right.
it's just like you can kind of just like gravitate towards what he does.
Yeah, exactly. And that helps a lot with him being a late round pick and you being a guy who went undrafted. It's like, you know, you just see him get a big contract, you know? So it's like, it don't matter where you go, as long as you putting in the work you need to put in, the organization is going to see.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I didn't even notice at the time, but you know, there's a lot of more undrafted free agents in the Hall of Fame than drafted players.
Wow.
Drafted players?
Hey,
Wow.
I learned something new today. You just taught me something
I
new.
didn't know that either.
See, we don't have Isaac and we're still learning something. That's crazy.
I would believe that though. More late rounders and undrafted players, like, because if you think about it, like Brady, he's 6th round. You feel me?
Perfect
Like
example. Kurt Warner, Tony Romo.
Kurt Warner, you know, like Kurt Warner won Super Bowls. That man was in the AFL, man. Like, so yeah.
Tony Romo went undrafted.
A lot of people went undrafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't matter where you go, as long as you're doing what you need to do.
Yeah. As long as you're in the league, you're good.
And it seems you're on the right path because you're there right now.
Exactly.
I'm just blessed to be here. I'm just trying to stay here. That's all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you grew up a Patriots fan. You're now on the Falcons, who play the Bucks twice a year. Brady's potentially last year.
You gotta sack Brady, man.
You gotta sack Brady. Like, it's gotta happen.
Nah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work my hardest to make sure that happens, you know.
I believe you can do it.
I'm gonna work my hardest, you know what I'm saying, to even get the opportunity to make that happen. You know what I mean? Like he's a legend, you know what I mean? So just getting the opportunity, you know, if I were to make that play, you know, it'd be a surreal moment, you know what I mean? Because I watched him growing up. So it'd be like, did I really just do this? You know what I mean? But, you know, football's football. So, you know, if that's going to help my team win, you know, and help us win that game, then that's what I got to do.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
That's the first thing, exactly. Helping the team out's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You know, Back in Brady's always.
I can tell my kids.
Exactly.
Hey,
What?
so how much do they try to stay away from that 28-3 over there?
You know, I haven't heard one person talk about it. This is really the first time since I've been like on the Falcons I've even said I'm a Patriots fan. Like
they don't have that in they don't have that in the locker room. Just post it somewhere. That would make me want to get back.
As motivation, yeah.
No, I ain't gonna. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. I don't know. I just feel like they try to wipe that day out of.
I understand.
Like you just gotta move on for the better sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the difference? The biggest difference between college ball and the NFL?
Basically, you really just have more free time. You know, you got a lot more time. Like you don't really have assignments due and stuff like that. So it's really just like how you manage your free time. You know, like you have work. Like when you're in the building and stuff like that, it's a job. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a lot of meetings and stuff like that. So it's like instead of class, we really just have meetings. You know what I mean? So it's really like the same, but it's like different in the sense where it's like it's not more relaxed, but you have like a lot more free time, a lot more time to like do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And
put in that work.
Yeah, like you got to put in that work, but it's also like when you go home and like you don't have homework, you just gotta like watch film and study film. You feel me? Like that's part of your job. Like it's like they have an expectation of you to know what you have to do. So it's like when you go home, you just gotta know. It's not like college. They're not gonna, get mad at you because you don't know the playbook and then like baby you know what I mean, to like get the playbook. Like
You're gonna get fired.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You're gonna get fired. So it's just like, yeah, you just gotta handle it with that mentality.
Let you control your own destiny.
Right.
I think that's what a lot of people forget too in like the real world. Like, yes, the NFL, yes, the NBA, yes, the MLB, yes, the NHL, but like those are jobs just like a regular 9 to 5. Y'all are working just like we are. Y'all can get fired on your day off just like we could. So
exactly.
It's like,
you just gotta do whatever you can to stay in the building.
Yeah, exactly. So I could see that with more free time because like it's a job. Like they're working just like a regular person would work a 9 to 5.
Yeah. And they even take their jobs home watching film. So is it when you're watching film like meetings, are they like I'm sure they have obviously team together meetings, but is it like mostly separated by position or like defense or offense or anything?
Yeah, so we have like different types of meetings. Like sometimes we have like special teams meetings. But I'm not really involved in special teams right now. We have defensive unit meetings, which is like we talk about like the mistakes that we made. We make corrections. Our coach just shows us, what we're gonna be doing for that day, like what he wants us to achieve that day, and then we like break up and then we go to like our position meetings. Like I go to like with all the D tackles. We go with our coach, then we like watch film for like the D tackles, and then like the other positions they have their own meetings. But then, yeah, we just really do those type of meetings.
That's awesome.
Here's a fun question for the fans. Who's the fastest guy on the Falcons?
Fastest guy on the Falcons.
Have you guys ran full speed to see that yet?
So they've been doing 7-on-7, and there's somebody that I keep hearing about. His name is D Bird. He's like a receiver. I think he's number 83. They said he runs a 4.2, so you got to be looking out for my man's D Bird.
Damn.
Okay.
A 4.2.
The Deshaun Jackson speed right there, man.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta look out for him.
That's a gut right there. Completely unbiased, by the way.
Can I ask you guys a question about Deshaun Jackson?
What's that?
Do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so too.
100%. He put in the work. After I watched his thing with Brandon Marshall, and I gained a different respect for Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, okay.
Much different respect for Deshaun Jackson. He definitely did change the game. And
Yeah.
a lot of people need to start realizing how much Deshaun Jackson changed the game. The guy still leads the league in most 60-plus yard touchdowns. Like, for longest touchdowns is 60 yards or more, he leads the league still.
Yeah, no, he's a dog.
Pisses me off that we traded him in his prime.
Yep, gave him right there. Oh, no, you guys didn't give him to us. Tampa Bay gave him to us, right?
No, he went.
Oh, no, you guys did give him to us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you gave him right to the Skins.
And he murdered our ass every single freaking time y'all played us. Every time.
The revenge game, you got to.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was twice a year, every year.
That's funny.
Not surprising.
Who's the team you're looking forward to playing the most this year? Who do you have circled on the schedule?
I mean, to be honest, this is gonna be like my first time, you know what I'm saying, playing everybody. So I feel like I really want to play everybody, you know what I mean? But as far as games that, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking forward to, I would just say the 2 games that I have at home, just because, you know, I'm from Maryland. You know, I got a lot of support in Maryland. You know, I got a lot of people that I know would come to the game. So, you know, just getting the opportunity to, like, showcase, like, my dream in front of everybody, have everybody that supported me there, that would mean a lot to me. And, you know, I look forward if I get the opportunity to doing that. So, you know, I'm really excited for it all. You know, I like to travel. I haven't really been to a lot of the places that we've been. Like, we played New Orleans. I've never really been to New Orleans, Tampa Bay, never really been to Tampa and things like that. So I'm just looking forward to playing everybody.
We found out that y'all play in Baltimore too, which you just said you're going to be here twice. So we definitely want to go to both Baltimore and Washington games.
No, yeah.
You guys played Baltimore, Christmas Eve. That's nice.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, man. A little Christmas present.
Little Christmas present. All right. So that being said, let me name the quarterbacks you guys play this year, and you tell me which quarterback you are most fascinated to play, basically.
Yeah.
You're asking the Patriots fan who plays for Atlanta?
Hey, I all right, minus Tom Brady. Tom Brady doesn't even count.
All right, okay? All right.
So you got Jameis Winston, you got Matt Stafford, you got potentially Deshaun Watson, you got Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh, you got my boy bust down Joe Burrow. You got Sam Darnold, Justin Herbert, Justin Fields, Carson Wentz.
Twice? No.
I don't even know who the Steelers quarterback is over there.
Kenny
No
Pickett
disrespect to the
or
Steelers, but I just
Mitch
honestly
Trubisky?
don't know who y'all's quarterback is.
Kenny
You
Pickett
got
or
Big
Mitch
Mar out
Trubisky?
there in the Ravens, Kyler Murray, and then Tom Brady. But Tom Brady doesn't count.
You know, I'll probably say Lamar. You know what I mean? I'll probably say Lamar just because,
Speedy?
you know, I really respect him as an athlete. You know what I mean? I respect what he got going on. You know, I respect the way he plays and, you know, how he kind of changed the game. And, you know, how he betted on himself and, you know, how it led to his success. So I'm definitely excited to play him. You know, he's very good with his legs and stuff like that. So I'll be excited to see it in person.
Okay. That's a good choice.
You know, you got to respect Lamar. I love Lamar.
Nah, he's definitely a premier quarterback in the NFL right now.
Do you study quarterbacks in film?
Or
do you mostly study the offensive line?
I'm more so like I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like when I was in college, like because we're not really like game planning right now, so it's mostly like we just watching film on ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. But when I was in college, like we would watch like the live game. You know what I mean? Like we would have like the film version and then like the live game version, so we could like hear like the cadence and stuff like that. So if like we know what the cadence is, you know what I mean? Like we're listening for that, and we know we can get off faster. So like studying quarterbacks and just really seeing how they move, like when they're pressured, like which way do they roll out? You know, if they're athletic, like which way, like when do they feel like they can scramble? You know, some quarterbacks, if their first read not there, they gonna scramble. Some quarterbacks, they like to extend the play like a Bo Nix. likes to extend the play, see what he can do, scramble drill. But, some quarterbacks aren't really as mobile, so that, they just take the hit. So that's really what I notice when I watch quarterbacks on film.
Taking a hit. I've seen some hits, and they are just I don't know how they get right back up from them.
Hey, I don't know either. Quarterback, I respect all the quarterbacks.
Yeah, like when all I can think of is back in the day with Brian Dawkins laying one out on Mike Vick, just absolutely hammering him, and he just gets right back up.
They got to be like the intimidating one. So it's like they got to act like it never hurt.
Meanwhile, they're like, "Oh shit." All right, one more question before we let you go, man. What is the biggest misconception of the NFL world that you've noticed so far?
The biggest misconception is, a lot of people think. How do I even say this? Like, a lot of people think that it's like a cutthroat business, and you know what I mean. There's a business aspect to it, of course, and that's a very important business aspect that everybody has to respect. But like in this point right now, it's like a lot of people are competing for jobs. You know what I mean? So like naturally, in a competitive environment, like you think it would be intense. You think it would be like, oh, dog eat dog world type thing. But everybody really has a common goal of winning. You know what I mean? Like we don't really know who's going to be on the team. You know what I mean? At this point, we don't know who's going to be on the team. But like the biggest misconception that I had was that everybody was going to be like, like this was like a game show or whatever. Like they just got to worry about themselves, do whatever they got to do. I've heard stories of like players telling people the wrong information, to make them mess up. You know what I mean? So like they get advantages and stuff like that. But nah, my experience has been like a truly blessed one. And the fact that like everybody wants to help, everybody's trying to win, everybody's trying to get on the same page. So it's like we can't be telling each other like different information and stuff like that. So really just the communication and the accountability aspect on it, how really everybody is like, how do I say, like everybody's grown, you know what I'm saying? Like people have families and stuff like that. So it's like it's like a certain level of respect that people don't really even think about. You know what I mean? Like people think the NFL is all your coach yelling at you, like cussing you out and stuff like that. But it's mostly like you gotta understand, like you're talking to a grown man. And it's like how you really gonna talk to a grown man in public. You know what I mean? It's people I don't think about sometimes.
Yeah, I mean it's. I definitely did think it was cutthroat. So that's something I learned today too. Don't wanna keep up all your time though. So thank you so much for coming on. Definitely gonna have you on again. You want to be the Kendrick Perk, so whenever you want to come on, you are way more than welcome. We are definitely gonna make it out to at least the Washington game. So we will be seeing you. You're watching all the games, so wish you all the best, man.
Man, thank y'all for having me, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna get back on here. Me and 40 gonna coordinate that. You already know. You gotta talk to
Yes, sir. Always.
Yes, sir.
You are always welcome. Brief intermission. We will be right back, guys.
Thank y'all.
All right, that was a very brief intermission. So yeah, that was Derrick Tangelo. He was very cool. I know he's not on here anymore, but thank you so much for coming on, man. It was awesome. Hope you guys learned something new about the NFL. He will definitely be back. Hopefully with Isaac if his bachelor party doesn't turn into the hangover.
Hopefully he gets that message to Desmond Ritter for me too. Desmond Ritter, my Cash App is open. Just ask Derek what it is. I'll text it to him. Go ahead and send that over.
Hey, maybe we can get Desmond on too.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So that took up the NFL part. So that was awesome. Can't wait to have him on again. So let's get into the MLB where we got some crazy stuff going on. So Scherzer is coming back. He's doing a rehab assignment, and he was in Binghamton. playing against the Phillies because, of course, Scherzer, it was weird seeing him in a Double-A uniform, though.
Definitely was weird seeing him in a Double-A uniform. It's like, Scherzer? What?
I know.
But, glad to see he's starting to get back and seeing that he's rehabbing well. And, hopefully he can be back on my team soon. And because we could really use him. I don't like the win-lose thing we're doing here. I need us to get back on the streak that we were on earlier in this season.
Yeah, sure.
We still don't have Jake, though, so,
I mean, y'all have been doing pretty well without your two best pitchers.
Yeah.
So I am not looking forward to seeing what's going to happen when both of them are back on the mound.
Like you say, though, like you and Isaac say, though, it all matters after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
We're doing all this. We're doing all this right now, but what are we going to do after the All-Star break?
See, but you guys are pretty, you guys are in a good spot for, the standings right now, which we'll get into in a minute. But you guys are in a decent spot right now. So, I mean, it's not like it used to be, but still. So you guys have been pretty good. So that's just a scary thought to think of. But Ohtani last night had 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and they've still lost.
Yeah.
What?
What's insane was his ninth inning home run. Was there 2 outs?
I'm not 100% sure on that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
So I didn't see the game, but the first thing when I went on my phone this morning, I see the ESPN app. The first thing that popped up on the ESPN app was the home run. And I'm like, this is crazy. 9th inning, bottom of the 9th, and you tie the game up down 3. Not just down 1, but down 3. Like,
down 3.
That's insane. So, shout out to Ohtani. I hope he's getting back on pace, man, because, he had a hell of a year last year. He's been to a slow start this year, and hopefully he can get back on pace how he was last year.
Just a little bit of a slow start. I'm actually checking right now to see what it was.
The Angels as a whole, though, have been on a slow start. That's how they still lost last night, even though he tied 8 RBIs and 2 home runs.
They have been on a very slow start, especially since they were on like a 13, 14 game losing streak.
Yep.
I mean, God, I can't find it. But it was something. Wouldn't surprise me if it was with 2 outs. I mean, it's Shohei.
Yeah.
Never gonna count him. I'm not gonna bet on him because every time I bet on him, he doesn't hit.
Yeah, definitely.
But he's still good. Like, but speaking of Shohei, the contract issue is definitely something that needs to be brought up because you have Rendon's contract, which is looking bad, and you have Trout's big contract, which is obviously not a bad contract because it's Trout. What do you do if you're the Angels?
I mean, you see what Shohei Ohtani did in his first year last year. There's only one thing you do. You have to make space for Shohei Ohtani somehow, and pay that guy when it comes time to pay that guy. So, who knows, Anthony? I don't see them getting rid of Mike Trout. There's no way.
Oh, absolutely not.
So, if it comes down to it, it probably is Anthony Rendon, and or they package up a couple guys together to free up space so that they can keep Rendon, Ohtani, and Trout.
But Rendon hasn't even been playing that well, and he's out for the season. So I would much rather.
Angels, my decision's already made.
No, yeah, I would do anything in my power to keep Ohtani. I mean, like you said, we've seen what this man can do.
Is his contract up this year?
I think he hits arbitration.
Okay.
I think something like that. So, and it was something like that. The contract being brought up, and it's just, I don't. If we've talked about this before on the podcast, especially when you first came on, if you're an owner, especially of an MLB team that doesn't have a cap space, pretty much, I'm throwing all my money at my players. I don't care. That money will come back in championships, merch sales, ticket sales, everything else. I am throwing my money out there. I don't care.
1,000%.
Especially Otani, who's like, because you're obviously going to need a pitcher.
If you lose that guy, the Angels will go back right to where they used to be and just be bottom feeders.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could even argue they are right now too. I mean,
oh yeah, definitely.
You have 2 MVPs, and literally 2 MVPs, and you still can't like get over that hump. Which, I mean, it's the same with the Phillies. You have Castellanos, Harper. Same with my team. So I can't really talk shit. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just it blows. It's crazy. One of the wildest games this week though was the White Sox had 13 runs on 22 hits in a shutout against Tigers.
Like I was saying to you earlier before we got on the podcast, we've been seeing a lot of crazy baseball lately. We've been seeing teams that are absolute garbage beating teams that are great. We've been seeing 13-0 shutouts. We've been seeing – I saw a 1-0 game the other day. Like, we've been – like, baseball's great this year. Baseball's been very fun to watch. And 13-0, it just makes you think, what was the other team thinking? Like, the Tigers, they just need to, like – have some pride, man. Have some pride.
I know. You can't even get 1 run.
Have some pride.
Who was even pitching that game? I didn't even check that. And then another one, continuing on with the shitload of hits and runs. The Padres have 21 hits and 19 runs, and they beat the Cubs 19-5.
Yeah. This Padres team, I don't know. They tricked me. One week they're hot. The next week it's like they lose 2 straight and then they win 3 straight. And then they'll lose 2 straight again. So, but I don't know. I love this Padres team. When they can get hot, they're very, very hot.
Yeah.
It's just they can't stay hot for some reason. But
they don't even have Tatis yet.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't even have Tatis yet. But the thing is, they stay hot enough to stay right in that division. Because that division is always so close. And they stay hot enough to be right there.
That's the best in baseball.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, the fact that they're able, like the Mets, that they're able to stay this competitive without one of their big players is just impressive to their coaching, to the depth of the team. Like, it's just overall impressive. But the Thompsons, Klay Thompson, his little brother actually got traded back to the Dodgers because he started with the Padres and he was on the Tigers, and the Dodgers traded cash considerations for Klay Thompson's little brother, Trace. So the Thompsons have had a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like it was a nice weekend out there in California.
His dad was actually interviewed at the parade, which we'll get into later. But his dad was interviewed, and he was almost like in tears with how proud he was and how happy he was. And he's actually been activated to the active roster, the 40-man, like in the actual Dodgers roster.
Okay, nice.
And his Klay Thompson's other little brother played in the G League. So that family just breeds athletes.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to Klay Thompson, man. Came back from 2 ACL injuries, and now he's a 4-time champion. That guy.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that more later too, but it's impressive. And so, do you think baseballs are gonna be muddied using the same technique throughout the entire league? Do you think that's gonna have an effect on pitching?
100%. I mean, muddy baseball. I mean, I
better grip.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to affect it, but it definitely will affect it somehow, some way. I don't know if it will be better for pitchers or worse for pitchers. So but it's going to affect the game some way. So either we're going to get a lot more strikeouts or we're going to get a lot more bombs.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I just think they should stop messing with the baseballs for once.
Yeah, but they'll never stop doing that. They always have to make everything the new version and the new version and the new version.
It's like they're changing it every single year, though. Like, just pick a freaking baseball.
One day they're gonna start changing football. Oh, well, that's like basketball. Basketball went from Spalding to Wilson, didn't they?
Yeah, but they were with Spalding for like a decade.
Yeah, but
so I mean, they're changing the ball every year in baseball.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Like, it should they leave them alone. Final things from MLB. Let's get into the stat leaders. So, for batting average, you have Luis Arias still with batting 362. You have Aaron Judge leading home runs with 25. Mike Trout is catching up though; he has 21. For RBI, you got Pete Alonso with 65. Finally beat out Jose Ramirez, but Jose Ramirez is very close with 62. So watch out for that one. For hits, you have Rafael Devers with 90. And then stolen bases, you have John Birdie with 19. And then moving on to pitching, you have Tony Gonsolin with 9 wins, leading it all. For ERA, you have Tony Gonsolin again with the 1.58 ERA. But Joe Musgrove is literally right behind him with the 1.59. So that's a tight race there.
Yep.
And then for saves, you have Taylor Rogers with 21. Josh Hader is no longer tied. He has 20. So finally, that was bound to end sometime though. For strikeouts, you have Shane McClanahan with 113 strikeouts. Corbin Burns is right behind him with 110. So it's very close there too. And then for quality starts, you have Joe Musgrove with 12. So these are all tight races. I love looking at the stats and all the stat leaders and seeing just how close all the lists are.
Yeah, that's what I said. Baseball's fun this year.
Mm-hmm. You got people having great seasons that you never even thought, and people having subpar seasons that you wouldn't even think would have one. So anything can happen in the game of baseball. It's really crazy. That's why I love baseball. Anything can happen.
Yeah, 100%.
Any given day. So we're gonna final thing for the MLB. You got the standings updates. You got the Yankees leading it all in the American League East, and then you have the Guardians leading it, and the Twins. They're tied for first in the AL Central, and then you got the Astros with a 10-game lead in the West, and then for the NL East, you got the Mets 5.5 games in the East, so that is definitely closing. But I'm not worried yet. I know my luck, so I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna go. Like, who knows? For NL Central, the Cardinals and the Brewers are tied for first. They are 9.5 games ahead of the Pirates, which I didn't think the Pirates would be third place. So, and then on to the best division in baseball. Well, best 3. The Dodgers and the Padres are tied, and they are 3.5 games ahead of the Giants. So they continue to prove that they're the best division in baseball.
Yep.
Without any question. But we were just talking about the Thompson brothers. Let's get into the NBA. Warriors winning in, what is it, 5? 6?
6.
6. That's right. They had their parade Monday.
Shout out to the Warriors, Great season. Shout out to the NBA in general. Great NBA season. But yeah, shout out to the Warriors. They had a great season. That guy that wears 30 on his back is absolutely insane.
Finally gets his MVP. Finals MVP.
He finally gets his MVP. He finally shows the world that, he's one of the guys that's up there with the rest of these guys that they're talking about the best to ever do it and stuff like that. If you ask me, he deserves to be in that conversation.
Absolutely.
I'm like, and I'm a guy who used to debate like LeBron's better than Jordan, this, that, and the third. I don't debate that anymore. I just have
No.
greats.
Appreciate
And
greatness.
yeah, exactly. Jordan was great. LeBron was great. Kobe was great. Shaq was a great. Steph Curry is a great, so he's in that conversation of greats. That guy, he's a ball player. Draymond Green too. He's a great man. As much as people hate Draymond Green, that guy is a great on the basketball court, not just off it, on the basketball court. If people don't see what Draymond Green does on the basketball court, they are absolutely stupid and do not know basketball.
It's
that
more
guy
than
right
just
there,
playing.
Yeah, exactly. Like he knows his role and he plays his role very well, and that is why he has 4 championships.
Exactly. Have you seen him like mic'd up on the bench?
Yeah,
he is coaching up everybody.
He's coaching at all times, and he's being coached as well. He knows that he can be coached. Like he's not one of those guys that's like, all right, just shut up. He's like, all right, I'm telling you something, you can tell me something too. So Draymond, shout out to the Warriors organization in general. Steve Kerr, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond, Andre Iguodala, Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
All those guys, all those guys that helped. Oh, Andrew Wiggins. Big shout out to Andrew Wiggins, man.
Yeah. Big shout out to Wiggins.
But then also on the other side, shout out to the Celtics too, to taking it to 6 games.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys keep saying, oh, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they're done. They'll never get back. This, that, and the third.
They'll be back. It's Boston.
Braun was 22 when he went to his first finals. He went back and won 4 more. Kevin Durant was 23 when he went to his first finals and lost. He went back and won 2 more. Like it can happen. Jordan never lost the finals. Never
mind. He never lost the finals.
Never mind.
He didn't even get back when he. But you know what? I know what you mean. There's plenty of teams. It's Boston. Like they're one of the most historic teams in NBA history. You look at them; they are all over the stat sheets, the record books, the championships. This team has 17 championships. Yeah, a lot of them were with Bill Russell, but it doesn't change the fact that they knew to trade back and draft Tatum over Fultz and just little things like that over a period of time where I don't see this team falling off or like I don't see this being a Cinderella thing like the Hawks was last year in the conference finals.
Yeah. What's also crazy is I was seeing, speaking of Thompsons, I'm going back to the Thompsons real quick. Let me find the exact quote because I don't want to be wrong. But Michael Thompson was saying that the Timberwolves deserve the ring as well because they passed.
I saw that.
They passed on Steph Curry in the draft and they traded Andrew Wiggins. So the Timberwolves, shout out to them for allowing Steph Curry and Andrew Wiggins to be over there in Golden State. Steph Curry now has 4 rings. Just imagine what the Timberwolves could have had over there if they draft Steph Curry and don't pass on him.
The Bucks deserve it too because they didn't trade for Curry back in the day. Yep. But people need to think about this real quick though. How often do you see a trio, especially, play 10 years together in any league, but especially the NBA where players leave teams all the time?
The only other guys I've seen do that other than them was Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the Bulls, they were a duo for they Jordan and Pippen for I think since whenever Pippen was drafted, I think it was 90?
Yep.
89, 90, something like that.
89, I think, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And then, they went on to go to 6 NBA finals and beat the bad boy Pistons finally. But you don't see a trio go 10 years.
Right.
And especially in today's league. And I mean, shout out to Kerr. Shout out to Steve Kerr for, being the coach. I forget who their owner is, but their owner. And, I guarantee Draymond had something to do with it too, because it's Draymond. So it's really impressive. I didn't even realize it until a few months ago or something when I said it on the podcast back then. It can't be stated enough how impressive it is.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because then you even go back to it where it's like they win a championship before Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
They get Kevin Durant, and then Draymond tells them, "We did this before you. We don't need you. Like, we can do this without you." He leaves, and then they do it again, just like he said. Like, so it's like those three guys right there. I'm happy they stayed together, and I'm happy they showed us real basketball and built that dynasty from the ground up, and did what they did in that dynasty there.
Yeah, I mean, I did end up rooting for Boston toward the end because the Clay got mad that the Boston fans were chanting F Draymond or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I didn't care who won at this point. I didn't want Boston to win, but I also, it was a good finals to watch, I guess. And just to see Curry finally get that finals MVP and just to see how emotional he was. It ended how it was supposed to.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm never going to knock out Tatum. I'm never going to knock out Boston, especially. Like, this team was, if they were in the MLB, they would have traded everybody at the trade deadline.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because that's how the MLB works. So, if they were in the MLB, and just to think of how much they turned it around after that is also extremely impressive.
100%.
So those things have to be mentioned and just talked about more than they are because nobody's talking about this stuff. It needs to be recognized. But moving on though, so John Wall, unsurprisingly, opts into his $47.4 million player option for this year. And they're going to try to work a buyout if they can't find a trade for him.
John Wall understands the NBA. 47 million, risking my body. 47. I'll take 47 million over risking my body any day.
Exactly.
So, he's doing exact. Shout out to John Wall, man. Cheat the system how Kirk Cousins is doing over there in Minnesota.
Right. But I mean, we're from the DMV. He played for the Wizards. Like, I loved him growing up. He was one of my favorite players.
Oh yeah.
I'm John not gonna.
Wall, I wish we could see the prime John Wall again because that guy was an actual crazy player.
He was.
But, it's unfortunate. Well, I can't even say that because, like we just said, Clay just came back from 2 ACL injuries. This will be the second injury now. So second year in a row, John Wall doesn't play. So we never know what he may come back and do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to go win a championship, but we never know that. We can't just say he's not going to,
right.
Not be good.
Exactly. Even the dogs agree.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to complain if he gets bought out and decides to sign with Philadelphia. I wouldn't complain about that. I would instantly buy a jersey.
John Wall, James Harden, and Joel Embiid would be a nasty trio. And with Tyrese Maxey as well. Yeah. That would be nice.
I dream of that.
He can come over to LA and work with Braun too.
No, he can come to Philly. That's fine. Philly's fine. Mike D'Antoni's meeting with Jordan about the head coaching job for the Hornets.
Shout out Mike D'Antoni, man. If anybody deserves that job, it's him. You know, I think we talked about this last time we were on a podcast.
Yeah, I think so.
And yeah, I think all of us voted D'Antoni deserved that spot. I think they were giving it to the Warriors assistant coach. Was that? Am I correct?
Yeah,
He
and then
opted
he
out.
decided to go
So,
back. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I would choose championships over that Hornets team as well. But Mike D'Antoni, he would be a great fit there because he can get those young guys in line. All these guys that are doing the crazy things, the Montrezl Harrells, the Melo Balls, the what's his
The
name,
pink
Miles
lemonade.
Bridges. You know, so he would be the guy that can get these guys in check. So hopefully he gets the job.
No more pink lemonade.
Yeah, no more pink lemonade.
Oh, that was bullshit. If I've ever heard it. The NBA draft is tomorrow night, though. So
Didn't even know that.
yeah, nobody. I didn't either until I saw it earlier, and I was like, "Oh, all right, cool." I mean, my team is not focused on the draft, aside from trading our draft pick. So I'm not even worried about the draft, but crazy shit could happen.
I don't know what the Lakers are going to do in the draft because LeBron runs the team, to be honest. So it's all on LeBron.
Well, he didn't last year, and look what happened. So maybe they'll let him do it this year.
Yeah, he'll be running the team this year. He's not going for that. He wants another ring. He's hungry.
Definitely, but he won't opt. He hasn't opted into the contract yet, though.
Exactly, because he doesn't believe in what they're doing yet. He says, "Give me the keys, let me drive this thing, and we're gonna go win championship number 5 in year 20."
How crazy would that be?
What's today's date? June
22nd.
June 22nd. I'm saying it on June 22nd, 2022. LeBron James will win championship 5 in year 20.
You gonna put a bet on it?
Episode 23. I'll put a nice $100 bet on it.
Damn. We'll come back to that. We'll clip it.
Okay.
Moving on though. So for the NHL, before we get into the finals, Austin Matthews wins the NHL's equivalent of MVP, the Hart Trophy. I saw a lot of people saying that it should have gone to Connor McDavid. I don't pay much attention to hockey, so kind of wish Isaac was here for the Isaac List Hockey Corner.
Yeah, me too. I wish Isaac was here too. I pay attention to hockey to bet on it. I don't really pay attention to know that what Isaac would let us know here.
Exactly. So we're not going to get too much into detail about all of that this week. I'm sure Isaac will have something to say maybe. But we're going to be covering the NHL draft, so we'll see what happens with all of that.
He'll be so disappointed in us that we didn't know what to talk about here.
Dude, I know. Well, we got stuff to talk about for the finals. I got some clips, but for the MVP equivalent, I don't know. It could be one of those things where it's like Embiid should have won it, but it went to Jokic, just like it went to Matthews and it should have gone to McDavid. I don't know. I'm not gonna, sit here and act like I know what I'm talking about. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But I did see this. So for the finals, the Avalanche are leading 2-1. They lost 2 nights ago. Game 4 is tonight at 8. So we got that. Maybe Isaac's gonna watch. I don't know what he's gonna do. If he's even, not having a hangover moment. So we'll see. We'll see with that. But this was all over Twitter, and this one I did watch. I do know it. So this I'm gonna show the clip. I have a clip here. So just watch this clip. It's a little interesting.
Here's the hit. Oh yeah, he went awkward down. Not only when he hit the boards, but more when he.
So watch it one more time. Watch what happened.
The hit. Oh yeah, he went awkward down. Not only when he hit the board.
So I'm not a fan of Kucherov. I didn't like what he said against the Habs last year in the offseason. But that hit, a little crazy.
Yeah, that was a little crazy there.
But before we talk about that hit, 2 minutes before that hit, this happened.
To play the puck, so he turns right here. Boy, he gets hammered.
So it was a little retaliation. Both players actually left the game, and Kucherov might be good to go tonight. I think his name was Point, something like that. Whatever. He's out for the game, I'm pretty sure. So people were saying those are dirty hits, and nobody's talking about the second hit I just showed you guys.
Hey, at the end of the day, if that second hit you showed me is the hit that happened first, then the guy in the Avalanche had no. I mean, I would have retaliated too.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
The game of hockey. We're out here playing this game. Oh, that's how you want to play? Okay, cool. That's how we'll play it.
Yeah, that's what my thought was, because I saw the first hit that I showed everybody first, and then I was like, well, that's a dirty hit a little bit. I mean, he literally lands on his knee and like they buckle, like it really bad potential injury, and he had to leave the game, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And then I look through the comments and I see the second hit, which was the one that happened right before the Kucherov hit, and it was definitely a retaliation.
Yeah.
And you know, we got to keep the game safe. Hockey's already a very physical sport, which is why it's fun to watch, but you got to keep them safe. There's a right way to hit. And hitting 100%. A defenseless player is obviously a no-no. So that's all for hockey. We don't, Isaac would have gone through all this. So not much to say there. Sorry about that, guys. But we always have to do a Goober of the Week. We have to. It's always Rob Manfred. Always. Continuously messing with the ball is like, it's, especially this week. I mean, always Rob Manfred. So we're not going to do all our regular things, who won it all, 2 facts and a lie, all that. But we still have Calvin's best bets. What you got?
I've been looking around a little bit today. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't really like too much today. But based on what I've seen at the pitchers, I definitely like the Mets over the Astros, especially because the Mets are on the underdog role. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Mets fan. I promise you yesterday I had the Astros winning. But I do like the Mets. Pitching today is 8-2, so it's hard. It's hard to lose games when you see a pitcher pitching that good. Phillies have Zach Wheeler on the mound tonight. I do like the Phillies over the Rangers. Other than that, I like the Dodgers over the Reds. Tyler Anderson's 8-0. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Red Sox, you got Michael Wacha on the mound. He's 5-1 this year. I like them over the Tigers. And then, the Yankees are just so hot. Yeah, they lost last night, but you can't go against them guys because they're just so hot right now. So I like them to come back tonight and beat the Rays.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And then the team we were talking about before, Shohei Ohtani is on the mound tonight. I like the Angels over the Royals.
Yeah, for sure. Especially he's going to be on the mound and in the lineup. Yeah.
Yep.
Easy lock for that one. Although I did have an easy lock, or what we thought was an easy lock, a couple of days ago, and that just got completely screwed up.
Hey, they all look like the greatest easy locks when you lock them. But then the games start, and it's like, what is going on?
Yeah, when you bet on Aaron Judge and Diaz of the Rays to have one hit,
just doesn't make any sense.
You could, come on. Like, we talked about this before the episode. Like, you can't have one hit.
So that goes back to Ronald Acuna. I bet on him to get a hit the day after he had a 4-for-5 day, and the guy goes 0-for-3. I'm like,
I remember that one.
You just went 4-for-5 yesterday. You can't give me one hit today? One?
See, that's why when we were talking last week or something, Bryce Harper was 2 for 3, 1 for 3, 2 for 4, and he had that one game where it was 0 for 3.
Yep.
The next game, we both bet on him having a hit. So there's always, if they're like that, I've noticed, and then they have one hitless game, the next game, guaranteed a hit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's
No way
almost,
a guy wants to go 0 for 4 2 nights in a row.
No.
That's just embarrassing to yourself and management.
Yeah. I bet $26 on that one. So I doubled my money almost.
I'm not going to say what I lost last week.
Yeah, don't say that.
Because that one was a heart crusher, but just know I lost a car note last week. Not just any car note, like a Beamer car note. Yeah.
Jesus. Well, see, that's betting is just it's just wild. It's so iffy. That's why it's betting. But that concludes this week's episode of the Sportsgasm Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening as always, and then a special thank you to Derrick Tangelo. You guys will definitely be hearing more from him, significantly more. Maybe we'll do something for the Washington game or something.
Hopefully,
Maybe.
Yeah, that'll be fun there.
That'd be dope.
Hopefully, we can get a couple other Falcons on here as well. They can spread the word.
Spread the word. We'll see what happens with that. You know, we always got something in store for you. Might be hinting at something for a couple weeks from now, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Stay tuned for everything. We always got something going on. Always something crazy. So be sure to check us out on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. We are on there. Did I even mention TikTok? We're on there too. So any questions you guys have, let us know. If you guys want to hit us up and be on the show, message us. Our DMs are always open. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you at our normal time next week.
Peace out.
Bye.